the thing with I'm so excited, or Los Amantes Pasajeros, is this. On the one hand, you have the bawdy sex comedy. On the other hand, you have the political undertones that he talked about, the White Elephant Airport, the political corruption, constantly looking at people reading newspapers about financial corruption. There's the suggestion that when the plane lands, one of them will be arrested. All that stuff going on, which makes it, to some extent, a political satire. If you don't get that, and I think, it's writ fairly large, but it is possible to watch it without that, you're left with a simple question, which is, as a bawdy sex farce, which is, very equal opportunities in terms of its, of its sexuality, is it funny? And I have to say, the sad answer to that is no. I mean, one of the problems is you look back at Pedro Almodóvar's career, you look at things like Pepe Le Chibon, which were managing to be sort of outrageous and, and funny and sparky and vibrant. And, oh, wow, did they really do that? And, the problem with this is even the colour palette seems to be terribly muted. And there are large sections in it in which there's sort of spaces left around the dialogue that appear to be there for the laughing. And if the laughing's not happening, they are just spaces. I mean, it's a shame because there's the sequence that everyone's seen, which is them doing the Pointer Sister song, doing the I'm So Excited lip sync thing, which is really funny and features heavily in the trailer. And when you see the trailer, when you hear him talking about it, you think, gosh, this looks like a, good camp, full of itself fun. It was really surprising how little that was true watching it, and it's not that I don't appreciate Almodóvar's comedy. I think that in the past he's done edgy, snarky, satirical, funny, pointed, outrageous, shocking comedies that I've really, really liked, and he's a great hero of mine, not least because he's one of the co-producers of Devil's Backbone, and he's responsible for bringing up talents like Guillermo del Toro, and I have nothing but admiration for him. I'm afraid the film just left me cold, and that's a real shame. It just insufficient laughter. You?
I don't think I laughed once, apart from there's whoever was in charge of the hair of the air stewards.
Yeah.
Did a fantastic job because one of them has a little piece of hair which keeps on falling down.
Yeah.
And covering his, and he kept on moving it back.
Did he look like Michael Gove? No, it's just me then.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is just you,
me.
on the account of he wasn't wearing Michael Gove's glasses.
Okay.
So therefore he didn't look like him at all. No, the politics stuff was more interesting than the bawdy sex stuff.
And the politics stuff, were you aware of before Pedro talked about it?
Well, because I'd done some work on the film.
Okay, fine. Okay, but if you
Plus,
just
it had been on Newsnight a couple of nights before that. The Spanish unemployment rate is 27%.
Yeah. Did you know the thing about?
And also, I was researching. Gavin Hewitt, the BBC's Europe correspondent, has written a book called "The Lost Continent" about what a mess Europe's in.
Okay.
And he does this whole thing about the ghost airports in Spain and how they're built to like the vanity of politicians and all that kind of stuff. So yes, I was.
But it
does
is
that answer your question?
Yes, it does. But it's interesting, therefore, that even knowing about all that stuff, you still found yourself disappointed.